discussing what happened in New Orleans last week. But first and foremost, coming up at the top of the hour, Chris Camozzi, former UFC fighter, he's been in a lot of promotions, I believe, taking stepping outside the MMA world.
Okay.
It happens to be in his backyard in Denver.
Okay.
So he will be bare knuckling it. He signed a one-fight deal with BKFC, and he will be on that stacked. It's a stacked card in Denver.
And that's my backyard.
It is your backyard.
From Denver.
Well, you're not from Denver. You're from Denver.
Well, you say you're from Philly.
Yeah.
You were there for like a minute and a half.
But you're not from Denver.
Well, I was there for 6 years.
But you were not born there.
No.
But you lived there.
I have roots.
Not now.
One of the funniest stories at my pizzeria, I used to hire off-duty police officers to work the late-night bar crowd. And Jesse Espinosa is a Denver SWAT tactical squadron leader. He would be the first one in to bust up the thing. Full sleeve tattoos, about 135 pounds soaking wet, but the baddest dude you've ever met. So Jesse, he has his name badge on, full uniform, and drunk college kids are coming in and just messing with him because they think he's like a rent-a-cop. But he's wearing a full Denver SWAT outfit. And so one kid walked up to him and he licked his finger and he was about to touch his badge. And he's like, if you do it, boy, I'm going to break your finger. So he did it, he broke his finger. and then somebody's like, Espinosa, how long have you been here? He goes, 325 years. And the kid looked, you could just see the brain going. They're like in college and they're like, 325 years, the country's only 225 years old or whatever. And then he goes, yeah, my family was here when you guys stole our land. And he was like, this was Mexico's land. And then.
That was pretty stupid.
But it's true.
That was dumb.
It's all true.
Chris Camozzi coming up at the top of the hour. Next week, it has been a long, long time since our guest next week has been on this program. Matter of fact, he's one of the first people I met when I first got involved with mixed martial arts in the UFC.
Really?
Yep. One of the very first.
Was that Augusta?
It was in Augusta.
Was it? Wow.
You want to take a stab at who will be on next week?
Next week?
Next week.
Boss Rutan.
Not Boss Rutan. I met Boss Rutan after I met this athlete. This person. But
Frank Shamrock.
I did meet him in Augusta. UFC 11.
Mark Coleman.
Mark Coleman has been on more recent than this person.
Jeremy Horn.
Big John McCarthy joins us.
Big John McCarthy.
Yeah.
Nice.
I might even wear the Big John McCarthy T-shirt next week.
That's awesome.
Matter of fact, somewhere in Sean's castle, he has John's shirt from UFC 11 that he gave him after the event. So, Big John is on next week. Big Bellator event coming up next week. So I just wanted to throw that out. So after the game, media's in the locker room asking questions, and Devon White was asked some questions, and he said, we knew Jameis would turn the ball over and give it to us.
Well, his pattern is there.
His pattern was there. They played 1 year, and Chris Godwin took offense by it.
Oh.
And said that was uncalled for, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about with Mike Evans and the sticking up for the team and all that kind of stuff. Here's the thing. Jameis is no longer on this team.
Right.
Who cares?
It's not the same league, though. You have to ask Caleb. But they're all friends. After the game, they're all trading jerseys.
Are they all friends? Hold on a second. Are they all friends?
I think they're
some are friends.
Some, but I think it's a lot more cordial. Back in the day, when you represented a team, that was your team. You died for that team. That was your team. And there's no loyalty behind the logo anymore. There's no.
Well, it's a job.
It's a job, right?
No, hold on. There is loyalty to the logo while you're on that team.
Enough to get your job done.
It's a job.
To get a paycheck.
It's a job.
But just
you think any of your employees give one rat's butt about tour or tournament to pizza?
No, hell no.
Right.
I don't care.
They'll go to.
I can't ask them to care if I don't care.
They'll go to Pizza Hut if they can make another 20 cents an hour.
I just want to be the biggest radio star I can.
Good luck.
That's what I'm working with.
Well, you probably have the biggest ego in the radio, and there's some big egos in the radio.
I'm like Prince Philip. I'm just waiting for the Queen to pass on.
I don't know how you want me to respond to that.
I'm just waiting.
It's not even funny.
Why?
Because I did find another board, by the way.
Oh, nice.
I did.
Have you practiced for me?
I did. I did find another board that I am going to leave it in my will. Not to you, but I am going to leave it in the will.
Well, who do I have to go get it?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
You leave it to a cat. I can take care of a cat.
A corgi.
No, that's too much work. That's like the queen had like a fleet of those things.
That was her
was
dog.
that
You
was
know,
her thing.
was the corgi. The NFL has sent an official letter to B.A. Baracus, better known as B.A. Bruce Arians,
Okay.
about his antics on the sideline.
Yeah, what's up with that guy? I mean, I thought I heard something that the Saints didn't provide a suite up
Right.
in the
Yeah, because
personnel.
Jason Light and Bruce were both on the field.
So they didn't have a seat. They didn't have reserved
Right.
seating.
Exactly.
It feels like a BKFC event. You're like
Or the lobby.
you're supposed to be like reserved, and then you get there and there's no seat.
No comment at this time. I can neither confirm nor deny the use of nuclear weapons aboard the USS Barry. It's the first thing they taught us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was our line.
Did I think your president said something about we're going to war with China if they invade Taiwan today? Is that what he?
I honestly, the only time I hear that guy is when I have to. Today's the best show ever because we can't hear nothing.
At the commercial break.
Right. So they started a run where he was saying something, and I have no idea what he says.
Is there anything you would join back into the military?
Zero.
for at this point?
Zero.
Where's the loyalty to the flag? and
Zero.
To the logo and the shield
Zero.
and the brand.
Zero.
It's just a paycheck for you, just living off the hog.
It was just a paycheck back then, and I was proud to be in. And I was proud to be in. But it's a different world. It's a different world now. There's nothing that would
Like
want me-
9/11 didn't trigger like something where you're like, yeah, we got it. That's just like they just invaded our land, like our country. Like we got to do something.
Oh, I think we needed to do something. Yeah.
You haven't had the urge to go back.
Zero. And over the last 3 or 4 years, I wouldn't walk out of my house.
Would you at least go to Subway and get a submarine to say you were?
No, I won't
Have
go
a
to
submarine
Subway.
again?
I won't go to Subway.
No, just-
I know there was this whole big thing about the fake tuna fish.
What?
Yeah, it's mostly fake at Subway.
Well, yeah, they have like yoga mats, like stuff
I
on
loved
bread,
it.
like
I loved it.
preservatives.
I wouldn't spend, not even spend. If you gave me $100 to go to Subway and get you one sandwich, I would not do it. I wouldn't do it.
Subway's. I mean, look, I use fresh produce. If I leave
That's
my,
debatable.
I mean, it was fresh a couple weeks ago when I bought it, but if it's sitting back there, if I leave the lettuce out for a day, it wilts, turns brown, gets soggy, and it's trash. You go to some of these chain restaurants,
It sits there for
you can leave it for months and
Yeah.
it doesn't change color.
Yeah. But it still tastes good
At the time.
at the time.
At the time.
Yeah. All it has to do is taste good at the time.
That's true.
It's not in your system long. As long as it tastes good going down, who cares? Beautiful. It's break time.
Already?
Because this conversation was really getting out of hand.
Why?
Because it was. But when we come back, we'll talk about the BA and the Jason Light and your opinions of some things that might have happened on the sidelines. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff.